From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for the debate.
Welcome back, friends, to the debate. 9 p.m. this Friday. Niranjan joins me, and we are not leaving the conversation we have been having for the last 3 days, which is about Ladakh. Today, of course, there is a fresh peg to it, as we say in the news world, which is that, I was just going to say Wangchuk Wangdu, but it's Sonam Wangchuk, who has been arrested by police for whatever has happened in Leh, because the Ministry of Home Affairs, with some credible information that they had, believe was handiwork of Sonam Wangchuk. And the reason is the incendiary speeches that he had made. The reason is the planning that went into, remember, you don't come with petrol bombs impromptu. You need to plan beforehand. And the rioters 3 days back in Leh had those petrol bombs ready. And that is perhaps, friends, evidence enough that there was a plan to it. We are not leaving the story for another reason, Niranjan. The reason is that it's not just about Sonam Wangchuk in Ladakh, in Leh. It is about a patchwork quilt that's really shaping up, targeting not just the government in Delhi, but targeting the very fabric of the nation. The integrity, territorial integrity of the nation. We'll discuss that over the next 1 hour. Niranjan.
Abhishek, we spoke about Sonam Wangchuk invoking Nepal. And we spoke about Sonam Wangchuk asking for a Gen Z revolution. When he spoke about Gen Z Bharas, we spoke about Sonam Wangchuk, who said that if China were to come to our border, the people of Ladakh, he said, would allow China through the border. Today, he's been arrested, charged under NSA, but we have some more breaking news updates coming in, some more old clips, associations of Sonam Wangchuk that raise questions about the man, the myth itself, questioning his existence, his allegiances. All that and more coming up. Here's the story of the arrest of Sonam Wangchuk today.
A day after Republic exposed Sonam Wangchuk, Ladakh police have now arrested him.
We have now confirmed that it was from the district police headquarters that this Sonam Wangchuk is being taken by the authorities.
He has been arrested under the National Security Act. From tearing apart his foreign funding to exposing his incendiary speeches to tracking the masked instigators, Republic showed the nation the truth. The Union Home Ministry said that Wangchuk's fast and provocative speeches citing the Arab Spring and Nepal's Gen Z protests incited the mob.
जब चीन घुस आता है तो लद्दाख के लोग जान देकर रोकते हैं, मगर अब अगर भारत सरकार हमारे लिए कुछ नहीं कर रहा है तो अगली बार वो आएं तो हम उनको रास्ता दिखाएंगे, हम रोकेंगे नहीं, हम जान क्यों दे जब हमारा कोई संरक्षण नहीं हो रहा है।
ठक चत पे गिरजा आउँछ दिनो नेपाल लाई आउँछ त्यो बांग्लादेश लाई आउँछ त्यो श्रीलंका आउँछ त्यो मिवन से गिरजा क्यों आनोक्ते ने।
कुछ लोग सोचते हैं कि ये हमारे समर्थक थे, मैं कहूँगा हमारे समर्थक से ज़्यादा, हालांकि समर्थक पूरा लद्दाख है इस मुद्दे पर लद्दाख के, मगर ये युवा पीढ़ी का बड़ास था, एक तरह का जेन ज़ी रेवोल्यूशन जो कि उनको सड़कों पे लाया।
Wangchuk has been accused of inciting people through his provocative statements during his hunger strike.
कुछ लोग जिनके अपने पर्सनल मफाद थे, उन्होंने हालात ख़राब करने की कोशिश की है, हमने देखा है। और कुछ राजनीतिक पार्टियां भी इसके पीछे हैं। उनकी वीडियोस पहले जारी होती रही, आज भी जो इस प्रकार की एक कोशिश करेगा उनको सख्ती से निपटा जाएगा। लेकिन हम रिलीजियस लीडर्स हैं, जो सोशल एक्टिविस्ट हैं, उनको भी कहूँगा कि हालात ठीक करने में अपना कोशिश करें।
The arrest also comes a day after the Home Ministry withdrew the FCRA license of SecMol, the institute Wangchuk built, pointing to repeated violations. In fact, Wangchuk's flagship iStupa project has faced resistance from villagers who allege it caused water scarcity in Fay. The project, they say, failed to meet its objectives and led to protests on the ground. However, Congress openly backed Wangchuk and denied all charges against him.
If by mentioning mere word Genji, then whole country can have a Genji. What are you talking about?
इन्होंने बोला था कि क्या आप उनको बैक करते?
तुमने जो बात कही वो आप देश हित में तो आप बोल नहीं सकते। लेह में कितना चाइना ने जमीन हमारी कब्जा कर लिया।
उदित राज जी शायद आप बीजेपी में थे जब AK एंथनी ने बताया था पार्लियामेंट में कि चाइना had taken over huge tracts of land. He admitted. I'm assuming you were in the BJP and AK Anthony was still in the Congress party and was the Defence Minister of India when he admitted that they had conceded land to China. Lost the line with Udit Raj. Of course, the call will drop with Mr. Udit Raj because he can't take uncomfortable questions.
So it is very, very clear now that the security forces, they are on the alert, but now where he is being taken, that is we are trying to assert.
Sonam Wangchuk has been taken out of Ladakh and moved to an undisclosed location. Meanwhile, curfew lingers in Leh and Kargil, and internet services stand curtailed in many parts of Ladakh to prevent a repeat of violence.
Niranjan, you very rightly mentioned that there has been some myth making around the man.
Yeah.
And should we not go to the ground where Gursimran is live with us and understand whether actually the myth around him, the aura around him, does it exist on the ground or not? Coming to you, Gursimran, please tell us, it's been about 8 hours since Sonam Wangchuk was arrested. How are the people of Leh and Ladakh reacting to this development?
See, Abhishek, what we have seen on ground is completely what was not expected either by us or by the administration. Because what has transpired on 24th, it was completely altogether different. And today also, the administration was expecting that the similar scenes will be there on ground. But it was altogether different. I have traveled more than 30 kilometers. It is around the Leh city only. And what we have seen that not a single person has turned out. Yesterday, when we spoke to the people on the call, I reached here today morning only. Yesterday, I spoke to the people on the ground. They had a sympathy for him. So by sympathy-wise, I was assuming, and so does the Ladakh administration, that there is going to large number of people coming out on the roads in support of Sonam Wangchuk, and they will be protesting against his arrest. But nothing such has happened on ground. So what it seems that the people have also understood that one person has gone, but we have our lives to live, and see how the things have changed. That is usual question everyone is asking. That it is the same Sonam Wangchuk who was welcoming Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2019 when Union Territory was granted. And then all of a sudden, 6th schedule came into being. Then reservation was granted. The reservation that was granted to Ladakh was way higher than any of the Union Territory or state. And now they are demanding statehood. Let it be that these are also granted. What next? What will be...
Right. My takeaway, Gursimran, from what you said is that the aura around Sonam Wangchuk is perhaps more Lutyens media creation. Right, Niranjan?
Well, I don't know.
Because on the ground, people really are not coming out and, screaming for him.
No.
Because they understand that what happened 3 days back was essentially the handiwork of just a few, just a gang. Just a gang. You know which gang I'm talking about, Niranjan?
Yeah.
the
Abhishek.
Tukre gang.
Yeah.
Just a small bit of numbers coming out with petrol bombs and creating that situation in Leh, which led to the death of 4 and about 70 injured. Niranjan.
Yeah, in fact, let's open this up. And I'd like to introduce at this point Shazia Ilmi, BJP national spokesperson, Sushant Sareen, is a geostrategic expert, Dr. Jafar Akhun, he's a senior leader, National Conference. He's also the CEC LHADC Kargil. He's joining us live from Jammu. Ratnakar Tripathi is a Congress leader. Somnath Bharti is the founding member of the Aam Aadmi Party. But I'd like to play, before I go to Sushant Sareen, I'd like to start with Sushant Sareen because there is a pattern that many people, I don't know, because Abhishek, many governments have quoted him. They've quoted him and they have praised him. But I'd like to ask Sushant Sareen, and I'm just pointing out one aspect. I'll play the soundbite and I want Sushant Sareen to respond. One, Sushant, there is a soundbite, you may have heard it, where he says, the next time the Chinese come, we'll allow them to enter. Then he says, we want Nepal-like protests. People of Ladakh must rise like Nepal, Bangladesh, etc. Right? And then there is this soundbite, which is doing the rounds on social media, reportedly from March 2024. I'm just playing the soundbite and I want Sushant Sareen to respond to this. And in this soundbite, Abhishek, he is talking about the open support he is getting for different causes from NGOs around the world. He names a few NGOs.
Yeah.
It is extremely dangerous. I'd like to play that soundbite and I'm opening it up, bringing in Sushant Sareen. Here's the soundbite.
आज तक के मेरे सारे अपडेट्स हिंदी भाषा में हैं। उसका एक कारण है, वो ये कि मैं नहीं चाहता कि भारत की ये अंदरूनी बात विदेशों तक पहुँचे और हमारे ये नेता देश के उनका अपमान हो अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मंच पर। वरना हमारे बहुत से समर्थक विदेशों में हैं, बहुत से नेटवर्क्स हैं जो हमारे समर्थन करना चाहते हैं, जैसे एशिया में मैक्सेसे अवार्ड फाउंडेशन है, जापान में कई फाउंडेशंस हैं, वैसे ही यूरोप में रोलेक्स अवार्ड फाउंडेशन है, नोबेल पीस प्राइज़ फाउंडेशन है, जहां मैंने एक बहुत बड़ा लेक्चर किया था, वैसे ही अमेरिका में, साउथ अमेरिका में।
So, question is simple. Sushant, was he an agent all along?
Look, yeah, I can't say whether he was an agent. How do you expect me to say? If he was an agent, then the government should have put him in the clanger. Why was he out for so long? And if he wasn't an agent, he was still somebody who was an agent provocator, if not an agent. Because he was inciting in his own way the public to come out on the streets, and not in a non-violent protest or not, with a demand, but to actually burn down the whole place because their demands were not being met. And just because somebody raises a demand does not mean that demand is ever going to be met. Secondly, I think people like Wangchuk and anybody who support him need to get their head examined. If Mr. Wangchuk, although to be fair to him, he was quoting somebody else when he says that if the Chinese were to walk in, we'll let them come in. Do you think the Chinese are going to be very nice to you? Before you want to thumb your nose at the government of India and you want to thumb your nose at India and you want to show that you have leverage, at least think before you speak. You think the Chinese are going to be well disposed towards you? Do you know what they've done to the Muslims in that region, Xinjiang? Do you know what they've done to other minorities? So don't you even think before you speak? Secondly, to talk about Nepal and Bangladesh. I'm not going to defend the actions of the Awami League government, but at least economically, Bangladesh was doing well. People had jobs. Today, what is the situation in Bangladesh? Factories closed down, people are out of jobs, there's a financial crisis in that country, and you have a clown who's also a Nobel Prize winner running the country, who thinks he's some kind of cat whisker. He doesn't know his history, he doesn't know his politics, and he does not know his geography. But he speaks on all of them, right? So you have people, these kind of clowns out there. Are these the examples you want to give? The Arab Spring example that he keeps giving? What has happened in the Arab Spring? Please tell me. In Syria, Arab Spring has led to the devastation of that country and the killing of around 1 million people. It's the same in other parts of the Arab world. where, revolution sounds all very nice and very sexy when you are seeing it from the distance. But when you are in it and you see the devastation and the destruction that a revolution brings, it's not such a nice thing. And in India, I can understand that, okay, you want more powers, you want a legislative assembly which can legislate. I can understand all of that. But, is this the way you go about doing things that these guys have gone about it? And in a peaceful place, which is a tourist center. Now, once you create this kind of a problem in a place like Ladakh, you've destroyed a tourist season for some time. Is this what you want Ladakh's reputation to be? So, look, there are serious questions out there. But on this whole issue of the NGO networks, look, this has been a big problem. If you really are that popular, then you should fight an election and win it, and then put your demands. Even if you win an election, there are some times that your demands cannot be met, especially maybe on statehood, at least in the case of Ladakh. I wouldn't say the same thing for Jammu and Kashmir. I think when the time is right, Jammu and Kashmir has to be given statehood. There's no two ways about it. But not in the case of Ladakh. There are serious issues out there. So even if you win an election, that does not entitle you to ask for something which cannot be given. And I think people need to understand this. And I think the big problem is, to my mind, you are lumping together the right to protest, the right to dissent, with the right to come out on the streets and create murder and mayhem on the streets, create a law and order problem, burn public property, get people killed. And there is a reason why you are doing this. Because until and unless you provoke the state to resort to force and drop bodies, your next round of agitation is not going to be successful. So how do you create outrage within a public? You have people who will provoke violence on the streets, and then that violence begets violence, and then everything spirals out of control. Is this the first time we've seen it? And I'll just say one more thing. In all this, what I'm saying, I'm sure my friend Shazia will defend her party and her government, but they cannot absolve themselves of what is happening. And all that I've been hearing from the BJP people is, we've given a very long rope. You gave a very long rope in Delhi. And what happened? Ultimately, you had Delhi riots, 50 people died before peace was brought back into this country, this city. Is this how you will operate on law and order issues? Especially in a frontier region? Is this how a government is supposed to behave? If you had an apprehension of breach of peace, why didn't you preempt it? If you had a Congress councillor who was calling and who was threatening violence, why wasn't he picked up? Why did you wake up to that thing after all hell had broken loose? You should have woken up to it before, right?
Okay.
Isn't that what a government is supposed to do? So I don't think that, the central government, because it's a UT, can simply wash its hands of what has happened. Far from it, the government of the UT, they cannot simply wash their hands of it. It's just because you say that I've been talking to them, we have been having negotiations with them, and they violated our trust. You cannot run a government simply on trust. Governments don't run only on trust.
Right.
That's the first basic principle of governance.
Right. Shazia, would you want to take that question? I mean, it's a straight question to you from our friend.
No, sure. I will take that question. But before that, I want to talk about, and I want to question the fact that a person like Mr. Wangchuk, who had such a great opportunity, who played a constructive role, it is sad to see him go down this path of anarchy and agitation. Yet another politician. The makings were so amazing, and what has it come down to? And I'm very disappointed with his intellect, his understanding, his intent, and his conduct. I mean, imagine he's quoting Arab Spring, and we know what happened with Arab Spring. I mean, it's hardly an example to quote, because when it comes to, it's only Tunisia that really made a lasting shift to democracy. But look at how Egypt backslid, how Libya, Syria, Yemen, they have all spiraled into civil wars. Then he's giving other examples, and he's talking about China. I mean, can you imagine a man of such influence and clout actually making a statement which is so irresponsible, So it's very, very disappointing. And also, I would like to say that it is very unfair that it is our government which, after 60 years of Ladakhis clamoring for a UT position, have actually got it and are now trying to up the ante and are wanting more, instead of saying that, yes, this government has taken them out of the clutches of Jammu and Kashmir, which has always bothered them. Now, another thing that I want to point out is, look at the FCRA violations. And it's true. I mean, to some extent, I would agree with my friend Sushant Bhai that, a lot more should have been done earlier. But now when there is actually a probe, you realize, and the probe has begun since August. So it's not happened just now. As many would say, it's not a witch hunt or anything. It has preceded this. So it is shocking that the remittances of over 1.5 crores without FCRA registration, then 6.5 crores was diverted to Wangchuk's private firm, say Xian Innovation or whatever it is. And then he sends 2.3 crores abroad during
the issues raised by Sushant.
No, I think that, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you're not. While Sushant and many others feel that center is not doing enough, there are people, and you'll be hearing from them very soon, that our government is actually being very draconian and nasty and attacking a civil activist and a climate activist like this. So it is one of those things that you balance and speak. But there's another very important point. I want to say this before any other speaks up. Sonam Wangchuk does not even know. And that is shocking, and why I question his intellect and understanding that employment reservations that have been given there now reserve 85% of government positions for locals. And it's under the domicile certificate rules of 2025. Not just that, look at the political representation. It has not been done in any UT or any other state also. Reservation of 1/3 seats for women in Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council. So I don't know what this confusion is all about. Something, and I think Sonam Wangchuk's intentions are malafide, are ill-intentioned, and he's dancing to the tune of Congress. And it is very sad to see how he's fallen from the pedestal
the irony is,
that he was put on.
And the irony is, I want to bring in Somnath Bharti here. Somnath Bharti is an Aam Aadmi Party. He's a leader. He's a founding member. So you know him well as well, Shazia. But this is more on, 4 people have been killed or have died, right, in this violence. Somnath Bharti. 3 of them were in their early 20s. One was an ex-serviceman.
Abhishek ji.
2 of them had jobs in Leh. 2 of them had jobs in Leh. And all of them left the venue after a speech made by Sonam Wangchuk, and then the violence began. Do you have any doubt, Mr. Bharti, that there was instigation all along, looking at his speeches that have been played out already in the public domain?
Yeah, Abhishek ji, I was patiently hearing my friends from BJP and supporter of BJP.
That was Niranjan Somnath ji.
See, what I'm seeing, Niranjan ji, I was told there are 2 anchors.
Yes, no problem.
I'm sorry.
Together we are there. Abhishek and Niranjan.
I apologize. See, sirs, the problem is, today, whether it be Ladakh, or it be Delhi, or it be Jammu and Kashmir, across, the law and order is completely under the center. That is under BJP. So if the law and order is under BJP, the IB is under BJP, so everything related to law and order has to be, in the control of BJP. So if anything goes wrong, they need to be held accountable, number 1. Number 2, the border across the nation is under BJP. Whether it be Ladakh, whether it be Jammu Kashmir, whether it be Punjab, whether it be West Bengal, wherever. So it's under BJP. So if something goes wrong with the border, BJP has to be held accountable. Now, what was the protest of Sonam Wangchuk, the much celebrated man, as Swajia also said? 3 Idiots movie was on him. So what was the protest for? The protest was for 3 things. First, he wanted a democratic, rule in Ladakh. There is a duly elected government in Ladakh. Second, he wanted inclusion of Ladakh in the 6th schedule of the Constitution of India. And third, which is very, very important for all of us to understand, he wanted that 2,000 square kilometers of land, which has been taken away by none other than China from India in May 2020, should be brought back. Today, there are 5 patrolling points: PP10, PP11, PP11A, PP12, PP13. All these 5 patrolling points have been taken away from Indian soldiers, Indian Army. So our army can't go there. In Galwan Valley, we lost soldiers, we lost land. Sonam Wangchuk and his team wanted that land to be brought back to India. All right. Now there is a pattern I see. Whether it be farmers agitating at the border of Delhi and Punjab and Haryana, whether it be Sonam Wangchuk and his team, whether it be across the nation, wherever, there is a pattern. The pattern is, whether it be Maharaj Malik in Jammu Kashmir, the lone MLA of Aam Aadmi Party, the moment you go against the wish or control of BJP, they would say, oh, they are anti-national, being supported by Khalistani, being supported by outsiders, being, and they would link you to somehow the enemy countries like China, Pakistan, etc., etc. Now tell me, the violation of FCRA. Yesterday I was on a show, and one friend, young friend, Siddharth from BJP was showing, in 2007 there is a letter saying that Sonam Wangchuk did this. Oh, my dear friend, till yesterday there was no action against Sonam Wangchuk by you.
Yeah.
Now today everybody is after to prove him anti-national, anti-India, the terrorist, of a mindset which is very, very threatening to India's security, etc., etc. And why has he been imposed with NSA? Because in NSA you can be withheld in detention without any formal charges for 12 months. NSA is just like PSA, under which our MLA in Jammu Kashmir has been withheld for, and there he can be withheld for 2 years without any formal charges. So on such draconian laws, you are withholding people who are known for their leadership in their respective states. Is this the way democracy can be saved?
Okay. I just have a small intervention.
The India can be made Vishwaguru?
I just have a small intervention.
Richest, one second, Sajay ji, 1 second. My dear friend Sajay ji, 1 second. Richest 10%. Sajay ji, 1 second. Just 1 second. Sajay ji, I'll give you time. Richest 10% in India are withholding 70% of the wealth. The cumulative economy may be growing, but divide between the rich and poor is ever widened in this country. You are making poor the poorest and richer the richest, and only 4 or 5 rich friends of BJP. So today the wealth of the country is lying in the hands of very few. So there is a huge frustration. Jobs are not there. Jobs are not there. Paper leak is happening across. The youth is frustrated in the nation.
And from a very micro,
the country is looking for answers, solutions to the problems. There's no solution coming. 20 years of rule in Bihar by BJP, 11 years of rule by center, by BJP at center. Where are the solutions? Do you look in the? Do you listen by any BJP minister?
Somnath Bharti, let's have a iterative conversation where everyone gets involved. Shazia wants to make a quick interjection. Shazia, please keep it short. Coming to you. Somnath ji, just मैं आ रहा हूँ वापस. So Shazia, quick interjection, but short one because I have to get other.
Very short interjection. I just want to point it out that out of 9 bank accounts that Mr. Somnath Wangchuk had and has been discovered, only 1 has been declared by him. How do you account for and explain 8 accounts for all the talk of moral piety and self-righteousness? What has happened here? And you, Somnath, having been my fellow traveler in the Aam Aadmi Party days and before that India Against Corruption, would have been the first one to say this. This is totally, this max of lack of financial integrity, and this is a very serious matter. And we're looking at Ladakh. Can you imagine creating unrest for no reason whatsoever, despite such great laws and high-powered committee having talks with
Let's bring the I'll come to you.
Please, vandalism.
Okay, Shazia, you made your point.
No, let's bring the others in, please.
Shazia, your interjection is done.
Shazia, you made your point. Somnath ji, we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. One second. We'll come back to you.
Okay. Shall we? No, Somnath ji, I will come to you. Hold on.
Coming to you. 1 minute. Coming back to you.
Okay.
Two speakers haven't spoken.
Tripathi.
Back to you.
Yeah, two speakers have not spoken. I have a question, in fact, for Sushant also, but let's get to Ratnakar Tripathi first. Ratnakar Tripathi, I am just going through a post made by Sonam Wangchuk on August 5, 2019. You know why August 5, 2019 is important? Because that's the day when Article 370 was abrogated for the then state of Jammu and Kashmir, and the Union Territory of Ladakh was created. Just for your benefit, I am reading it, Mr. Tripathi. Sonam Wangchuk's post on X, at that time it was called Twitter. Thank you, Prime Minister. Ladakh thanks Narendra Modi, PMO India, for fulfilling Ladakh's long-standing dream. It was exactly 30 years ago, in August 1989, that Ladakhi leaders launched a movement for UT status. Thank you all who helped in this democratic decentralization. Now, Mr. Tripathi, the campaign that we are seeing today, and that culminated with the killing of 4 people, unfortunately, Ladakhis, including an ex-serviceman, as Niranjan mentioned 3 days back, seems like completely opposite of this post of Sonam Wangchuk himself on August 5, 2019. Obviously, someone has hijacked him, someone has hacked his mind.
So, how much time without any interruption or interjection?
Please go ahead. I will make sure you get your complete chance.
So tell me, that means he's a genuine person. When you do good things, he lauds you. He praises you. He's a genuine person. And one more thing. All over the world, the autocrats arrest democrats. This is nothing new. That's why Sonam Wangchuk has been arrested. Shaji Almiji was stressing on the point, ki what about the 9 accounts, the transfer of that and those, right? So these are always under the radar of IT and ED. What were they doing? One more thing. The elitism in the Modi government and their support is the ultimate, at the highest level. You think one of your panelists was saying that revolution is sexy? You are sipping the margarita and mojito and wine and coloring the revolution sexy. Bhagat Singh was doing a sexy thing.
When was that?
What are you saying?
Your earlier, first one, roll it back and you find it. The revolution
are you referring to what?
Sexy. Revolutions look sexy to you.
What are you saying?
Elite, these are the people oblivious of the ground realities and color, like you, Niranjan and others, these people, color this assertion as a traitor, treason. He's not a traitor.
1 minute. What is Arab Spring, sir? Can you tell me what was Arab Spring?
He is just quoting. Hey, now let me tell you one thing, Mr. Niranjan.
What happened in the Arab Spring?
Let him speak.
Again, Shahjaji, please.
Study the Arab Spring. It has taken the country backwards besides Tunisia.
Shall I speak or not?
I have studied Arab Spring in great detail.
Niranjan, this is not good.
Shazia, let him speak. No, Shazia, let him complete. Shazia, let him complete. Shazia, let him complete. Shazia, wait. You've had your turn. Shazia, you've had your turn. Let him complete.
Let me tell you one thing.
Yeah.
If by just saying that somebody said that earlier we used to stop them, this time we will allow them. He's not quoting himself. If he's a traitor, he's doing treason, then Narendra Modi when says कि मुझे काला धन है या सफेद धन, इससे नहीं मतलब है रुपया काला या सफेद धन, is a हवाला कारोबारी. He should be removed. Publicly he is saying काला है पैसा या सफेद है मुझे नहीं मतलब. What do you term him? He is the person who said मैंने पहली कैबिनेट मीटिंग में एसआईटी बिठाने का निर्णय किया है काले धन पे. And he is saying that काले धन हो सफेद धन हो उससे अंतर नहीं पड़ता. And now let me tell you one more thing, Abhishek Kapoor ji. You just said nobody is coming on the road. He is unpopular. Let me tell you one thing. Nelson Mandela was in the jail for 27 years. So didn't the South Africa make him a hero? Did everybody was everybody on the road that time?
Please don't compare him to Nelson Mandela for God's sake.
Martin Luther King fought for the right.
1 minute. How can you compare him to Nelson Mandela? I mean, okay, fine. Okay, fine. You're defending him. You can.
Niranjan ji, please. Education or revolution are small or big?
What revolution? Who is he to start a revolution? What are you talking about?
Who are you to talk about him?
I will. Sir, let me tell you one thing. I'm a journalist. As a journalist, 1 minute. 1 minute. You asked me a question. You have the courage to. 1 minute. You listen to me, sir.
He is a decorated citizen.
I'm asking you, sir. You're a Congress leader, Mr. Tripathi. Mr. Tripathi, will you? 1 minute. 1 minute. Will you back? 1 minute. Listen to me. Don't speak over me. I'm asking you something. If someone says, I want Nepal and Bangladesh like protest in Ladakh on Indian soil, you, Mr. Tripathi, as an Indian citizen, okay? Forget that you're a journalist, okay? Because if you're a journalist, you would have questioned it. But you are a Congress leader, you are defending him. I'm asking you, you're happy, right? You're happy, right, with what has happened? Your party was involved there. Your party was involved. I spoke to Stanzin. I spoke to Stanzin, who's on the run. I spoke to Stanzin, who's now on the run, seen in the video. He told me on record that yes, we are with Sonam Wangchuk, we are giving him support on the ground, okay? He told me on record. So you are hand in glove with Sonam Wangchuk.
Okay. We are, what? Can't we be hand in glove? This is a hand in glove?
Yes, hand in glove. In the violence, correct, yes.
Niranjanji, please. This agitation or this violence was provoked by the BJP.
What?
Who? The BJP said in its manifesto in 2019.
I think it's going completely whack right now. 1 minute. It's going haywire.
Let Shazia respond.
It's going haywire. No, because Dr. Jafar hasn't even spoken. Dr. Jafar hasn't even spoken. 1 minute.
2020, in the meeting with the Hill Council, they again reiterated.
1 minute. Dr. Jafar hasn't even spoken.
That means, no. The volcano of suffocation has erupted. Why are you so...
What volcano? There is no volcano. There were supposed to be talks on the 6th of October. Hello?
No volcano.
There were supposed to be talks on the 6th. Before the talks actually happened, you all hijacked it.
Why are you worried?
Why am I worried? Because 4 people died. Because public property was destroyed. Public property was destroyed. I don't know whether you care about public property, but public property was destroyed. 4 people were killed in the violence.
I want to just say something.
I want to say something that hadn't BJP promised the 6 scheduled status to the Ladakh people.
It is well known that Government of India has been actively engaged, whether it's a lay apex body or the Kargil Democratic Alliance. And so many meetings have happened through the formal channel of the high-powered committee. So all that is happening, and we have gone up notches as to understanding the mind of our Ladakhi brothers and sisters. There are also subcommittees and many informal meetings going on. Do you think this path that has been taken of agitation and anarchy and mob violence and deaths on the streets, do you think that leads to anything? Do you think that creates joy and peace among citizens? Isn't this the recipe for disaster? And I think anybody who supports this cannot really feel well and bears ill will towards citizens of Ladakh. So I want to make it very, very clear. And there have been Congress leaders who have been part of this agitation. So please do not. And BJP office has been attacked.
Yeah.
You also know that. So
Dr. Jafar hasn't spoken. 1 minute. Just Dr. Jafar, 1 second. Dr. Jafar hasn't spoken. Abhishek.
Fellow citizens.
Yeah, please get him. Dr. Jafar Akhun, your chief minister has spoken today. He has called the developments unfortunate, including the arrest of Sonam Wangchuk. But is your party, since you represent the National Conference view tonight, and you are actually speaking from Kargil, thankfully Kargil has been peaceful despite Bandh calls. Mr. Akhun, do you sort of, are you just your party riding the moment and trying to focus again on somehow getting the status of state restored for Jammu and Kashmir, whatever happens in Ladakh?
Good evening and namaskar and salam to everybody. Yes, actually, now I have to focus on Ladakh only. I'm not going to speak about Jammu Kashmir. Ladakh as part of 4-point agenda is concerned. As our 4-point agenda is concerned, our body is totally with the 4-point agenda. One agenda is statehood, and the one is to include in 6 schedules. So, as politically and as a citizen of Ladakh, we are all with this 4-1 agenda. You must be knowing before this 2019, when UT was formed, you must be knowing that Kargil was totally against this formation of UT. And Center had never asked us to whether you want to join the UT, whether you should have a UT or not. But there was, agitation in Leh district. You must be knowing that we have 2 districts in Ladakh. One is Leh district, one is Kargil district. And on population-wise, Kargil is bigger than Leh district on terms of population. But area-wise, Leh is bigger. Then and Leh people, they celebrated for the UT formation, and Kargil people, they didn't celebrate the UT formation. After quite some time, then the Leh people also came to understand that there is no democracy left in Ladakh. We used to have 4 elected representatives, 2 each from Leh and 2 each from Kargil in the erstwhile J&K government, and 2 MLCs used to be there. But now we are deprived of everything. There is no democracy. India is known for as the mother of democracy. In India, we love to be this democratically elected government should be there. So we are fighting for to restore democracy in terms of either we should get in terms that we should get a state, and we should get the protection under 6 schedule. You must be knowing that Ladakh is ecologically very fragile, and population is very thin in as compared to other parts of India. But I will make it clear that we are the hardcore patriotic people of, I think we are the most patriotic people in whole India. You must be knowing that. And we have proved that every time when our enemies came to our place, and we fought with our army.
Dr. Jafar,
we were
ask you a straight question.
Feel that neglected.
Straight question. Yes, so give me a yes or no answer. Do you back the violence that took place in Ladakh?
Okay.
Do you back the violence that took place in Leh Ladakh?
Never. No, never ever.
Okay.
We will not back the violent process in Ladakh.
Fair enough. We appreciate the points that you have made. I want to rephrase them and take them to Sushant now. Sushant, when you made your opening comments, you said, why not? You said Ladakh should not be given or restored to its status of a state compared to Jammu and Kashmir, which can be. Why you think Ladakh should not be given the status or restored its status of a state?
Very simply because Ladakh was never a state. Ladakh was part of a state. It had been lobbed off. And their original demand and their long-standing demand right from the 1950s was a union territory. And that was what was given to them, number one. Number two, can the legislative arrangements in that union territory be made in a way that they satisfy the aspirations of the people? I'm all for it. Why would I oppose it? But a full statehood, in the case of Jammu and Kashmir, it was a state. And I think you don't have to take my word for it. It is the Supreme Court which has ruled on that statehood has to be restored at an appropriate time. And that I would imagine that the government, if I was in government, I would advise it, why don't you at least start negotiations with the government of the UT and the stakeholders out there to start the ball rolling on the restoration of statehood, at least insofar as Jammu and Kashmir is concerned. Because at least my reading of the constitution tells me that a state has to remain a state. You can lop off a part of the state and make a UT. Now, should Ladakh become a state? And I think out there are other problems which come in the case of Ladakh being made a state. And I think those are the reasons why the government is resisting it.
Right.
But let me say something. Once again, just let me say something. Mr. Tripathi was getting all, I think that is his name.
Tripathi, yeah,
him.
Ratnakar Tripathi, yes.
Being all very excited about revolution, and his revolutionary fervor was rising, and he started talking about Bhagat Singh as though he has read everything that Bhagat Singh has written. Maybe he should also know that what Mahatma Gandhi's response to Bhagat Singh was. He did not approve of the execution of Bhagat Singh, but Mahatma Gandhi himself had no use for Bhagat Singh and his ways. Now, either Mr. Whatever this gentleman's name is,
Tripathi,
he decides he's with Mahatma Gandhi, or he should decide whether he is with Bhagat Singh. And
Let him respond.
Talking about revolution, even the Maoists claim they are doing revolution. So when they killed 70 odd people from his party in Chhattisgarh, he should not have had a problem with it. He should be okay with the Maoist killing because their volcano of anger was bursting out.
Right.
And somebody I'm sure he admires had called them Gandhians with guns. So they are Gandhians with guns. If this is revolution, you are welcome to it. But don't think that it's not going to burn your house down.
Okay, I'm left with 3 minutes. I'm left with 3 minutes, and I would try and get all the three voices, Ratnakar Tripathi, Somnath Bharti, and Shazia Ilmi in that order. But Ratnakar Tripathi first. You respond to what Sushant has said.
I think you're muted.
Mr. Tripathi, unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself, please. I think you're muted. Please unmute yourself. Thank you.
Dr. Jafar, Bhagat Singh was not bound to heed to the advice of
Dr.
Mahatma
Jafar,
Gandhi.
Yes.
They have differences, like you and me. Like you and me. And the volcano of suffocation erupted, I will say it again. It erupts in many parts of the world. And your elitism, which I said, which you didn't respond, that the agitations and revolutions are sexy. You find sex in them.
Oh God!
Dr. Jafar,
Tripathi,
Dr. Jafar,
1 minute, that's not what he said. That's not what he said. That's not what he said. 1 minute.
Your idea of what English language is not my fault.
Oh, I don't want an English language like this.
Educated on English language is not my fault. Apart from about elitism, somebody like you is talking about elitism to me. You are talking about elitism. Your whole party is based on elitism. You are telling me elitism.
Mentally retarded.
Please fight an election before you talk about elitism.
You are talking sexy, and you expect me to accept it.
Of course. Okay. Why? You are not an elitist now. Then take it.
What take it?
Are you elitist that you will not accept it?
Agitation and revolution is sexy.
No, that's not what he said. Ratnakar Tripathi, that's not what he said. 1 minute. 1 minute. Sushant, don't respond. Sushant, don't respond. That's not what he said. No, that's not.
Your revolutionary fervor. Where have you shown your revolutionary fervor? That you are talking about revolution.
Dr. Jafar, I am not a classroom or that drawing room philosopher like you.
You are not a drawing room politician. Are you a bus level politician?
You don't
Are you a bus level politician? Where do you fight elections from?
Come and find out about me.
About what? Frankly, I don't even know you. Why should I find out anything about you?
I am
we have to have a closure, my question is.
Let me tell you again.
No, 1 minute, Sushant, don't respond. Sushant, let it be. Sushant, please don't respond. Mr. Tripathi, I think you heard him wrong.
Somnath Bharti, you wanted to make a quick point. I go last to Shazia, but you wanted to make a point. Somnath Bharti.
Yes. Basically, I was listening to Sushantji very patiently. See, he was asking possibly Tripathi to select between Gandhi or Bhagat Singh. See, and he was possibly condemning Bhagat Singh's revolutionary ideas. That's what I could make out. See, Bhagat Singh, on record I'm saying, in today's time is much more popular among the youth than Mr. Gandhi.
Yeah.
And I don't mean Rahul Gandhi, I mean Mahatma Gandhi. So ideas of Bhagat Singh need to be seen from that prism. Second thing, rather than acting on the surface, BJP government should introspect that what has happened across the nation, why there are so many agitations, why is the youth gathering, why the youth in Uttarakhand are demanding that why paper leak happened. The people are really frustrated. So rather than arresting Sonam Wangchuk and my MLA from J&K and people here and there and accusing farmers to be terrorists, etc., BJP government needs to talk about fundamental issues. This country is demanding jobs. This country is demanding inflation to be curbed. This country is demanding accountability, a democracy, a fair election. Election commission has to be told that you are supposed to be holding fair election.
Now,
Politicians
so
need to be
just because
held
you all have
accountable.
lost the election,
Look at 20
doesn't
years.
mean it's not okay.
Shazia,
20 years of rule
exactly last 50 seconds left on the debate. There is a breaking news development also that
not a single talk of
Wangchuk is going to be taken to a Jodhpur prison. Now, but Shazia, my question to you is, wouldn't Wangchuk outside the jail be easier to handle than Wangchuk inside the jail, given the kind of myth-making that has happened around him and the kind of, aura that's built around him? You think, there would be more sympathy for him, more talking debates about him in Lutyens, Delhi and wherever, So is it a mistake that's being made? You are turning him into a hero.
Well, the fact of the matter is that there was a mob. The mob was instigated by extremely incendiary, provocative speeches, after which the mob left the venue of the hunger strike. They attacked a political party, BJP party office, and the government office of CEC. I am shocked. And they put these offices on fire. Whether it'll become a bigger hero or whether people will refuse to be a part of this because the Ladakis are peace-loving and would not want unrest of this kind to flare up over there. So that remains to be seen. But the fact of the matter is, when you attack the security personnel, torch police vehicles, and it's all being done from somebody who calls himself Gandhian.
Hello. I'll tell you. I'm just ending this by making one point, because I found it extremely amusing that a Congress leader spoke about elitism. I'll end by making 4 points. Elitism. Okay, you tell. For all our viewers who are watching this.
May I say something about...
10 seconds, Dr. Jafar. I need to end this. 10 seconds. Quickly. 10 seconds, sir. 10 seconds. I have to end the debate.
Buddhas. And Buddhas will refuse to be ruled by Buddhas.
I am of the opinion that Sonam Wangchuk is a nationalist. He can't be anti-national. He's the. I know.
So it looks like you got a call in the middle of the debate and you changed your stand because it's not what you said earlier. But anyway.
Hello.
Yeah, I have to end the debate, so running out of time. But ladies and gentlemen, somebody spoke about, somebody tried to give lecture. The Congress leader here tried to give lecture on elitism. I'm ending with that. I'm ending with 4 points. Somnath Bharti ji, please hear me out. Please just audio down. I'll just end with this. Audio down. I'll end with this. Okay?
Yeah.
Ending with this, Abhishek.
Yeah.
Calling the Prime Minister Chaiwala was not elitist, right? Saying that when a big tree falls, earth shakes is not elitist. A Congress leader once says, at least my boss wears Gucci, yours wears Mochi, is not elitist. And spot the leader in the Congress party who says SC, ST, Dalits during day and wears Louis Vuitton mufflers at night. No, that's not elitist. That's not elitist. So when a Congress tells you or tries to give you a lecture about elitism, then you know what hypocrisy is all about.
And Niranjan, I would always say that beyond politics of the Congress, BJP, Aam Aadmi Party, this is a story which is about India's national security. We cannot lose sight of that, and that's the reason why perhaps the government has decided that, okay, fine, this much run we had to give to the ideas like freedom of expression, but this far, no further. The story is not dying. Sonam Wangchuk is to be taken to Jodhpur Central Prison to be kept there. He is arrested under NSA, which means the government has some time to decide what to do. But we'll keep close tab of this developing story. Thanks for watching.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
QS&THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ, डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
मेरी गाड़ी ठोकेगा?
पर गलती तो आपकी है।
मेरी गलती? तू जानता मेरा बाप कौन है?
ये देखो, पापा और गलती दोनों याद आ जाएंगे। अब देखा किसने सिग्नल तोड़ा?
Cubo dash cams. Get smart, get Cubo.
In the heart of the jungle roams the finest creature, and through the chaos of the sparkling city lights, I am reminded of the timeless valor of the majestic tiger. In life's wild journey, we have one shot to thrill. And when done flawlessly, we unwind and allow our spirits to rejuvenate. Royal Ranthambore, India's finest, yet.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, with you always.
Last night, someone broke into Ishan's room. Well, almost. But Cubo AI stopped him with a loud alarm and alerted the mom.
Cubo smart security cameras. Not just record, it protects.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल। ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े। क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
ये बड़ी गाड़ी वाले ऐसे ही रैश चलाते हैं। चुप, तुमने तो गाड़ी वालों को ही विलन बना दिया।
ये देखो,
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for the debate.
welcome you. You're watching the debate with me, Shavan Sen, and I'm filling in for Arnab Goswami. Tonight, we come to you with 3 power-packed debates as to what's really making the headlines today and the big debate. On the show tonight, at 8 p.m. tonight, VVIP entitlement strikes again. Ajit Pawar snaps at a flood-hit farmer seeking aid. At 8:30 p.m. tonight, Lashkar shifts to a new address right under Pakistan government and army's nose, and yet Shehbaz lies to the world. He is dealing with cross-border terror. And at 9 p.m. tonight, hours after Republic's expose, Sonam Wangchuk arrested for inciting violence in Ladakh. Ladies and gentlemen, why do we even celebrate economic growth, touting record GDPs and imagine a Viksit Bharat, when the very people at the helm of power seem blind to the responsibilities of their own office? Now consider this. Siddaramaiah, the Chief Minister of Karnataka, allegedly raised his hand to slap a senior police officer, Narayan Marmani, who had served the state with distinction for 31 years. Or take Tej Pratap Yadav, an ex-RJD member who humiliated a bodyguard, ordering him to perform a thumka in public or even face suspension. And now Ajit Pawar, Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister, is once again in the spotlight. A flood-hit farmer in Marathwada asked him about a loan waiver. Instead of empathy, he snapped, and this is not the first time. Now contrast this with the Dutch Prime Minister leaving office after 14 years of service, cycling away quietly, without any arrogance. And that, ladies and gentlemen, many would say is leadership that can be exercised with dignity, even after decades in power. Here lies the stark truth. No matter how high our economy soars, no matter how many skyscrapers we build, no matter how many digital rupees flow, political arrogance and entitlement can destroy any dream of a truly developed India. Now, if those in power cannot respect citizens, subordinates, or even the institutions that sustain them, if threats, mockery, and humiliation become routine tools of governance, then Viksit Bharat, ladies and gentlemen, remains a mirage. We can measure growth in GDP in crores and billions, but if those at the top wield authority as a weapon instead of a responsibility, then India's progress is simply hollow. Leadership is not just about numbers, it is about humility and accountability, and the courage to serve without ego. Until that becomes the standard, no matter how big our economy becomes, we cannot claim to become a Viksit Bharat in any sense of the word. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the debate tonight.
सकाळी 6ला सुरू केले बाळावी करमळ्याला जे काम करतं ना त्याचीच मारा.
Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar's temper is back in focus. This time the target is a flood-hit farmer in Marathwada.
आम्ही सगळेजण त्याला द्या रे मुख्यमंत्री आम्हाला कळतंय ना आम्ही काही इकडे गोटे खेळायला आलोय त्याला एवढं राव सकाळी 6ला सुरू केले बाळावी करमळ्याला जे काम करतं ना त्याचीच मारा.
The farmer had sought a loan waiver after losing crops in heavy rains. Instead of reassurance, he was met with a remarkably arrogant retort, leaving onlookers shocked.
एवढं जीव तोडून चालतोय हातून पण एका ठिकाणी जायचंय आम्हाला कळतंय ना, आम्ही लाडक्या बहिणींना आज किती मदत करतोय. आज 45,000 कोटी रुपये वर्षाला तिथं मदत करतो. शेतकऱ्यांची वीज माफी केली, 20,000 कोटी रुपये भरतोय.
But this wasn't the first time Ajit Pawar's arrogance has taken center stage. Just 20 days after his controversial threat call to an IPS officer made headlines,
स्पेशल ऑफिस ही हमको, हाँ, तो हमको उनको मदद करने का ही काम है सर.
मिनिस्टर आपके साथ बोल रहा हूँ. मैं आपको आदेश देता हूँ कि वो रुकवाओ और आप जाओ और तहसीलदार को बताओ कि अजित पवार जी का फोन आया था. डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर ने मुझे कहा ये सब रुकवाने के लिए, क्योंकि अभी मुंबई में जरा मुंबई का माहौल एकदम खराब हुआ है. उसको अपने को प्राधान्य देना है. मेरा नाम बताओ उनको.
सर वो मुझे आप एक काम कीजिए, आप मुझे मेरे फोन में मतलब डायरेक्ट कॉल कीजिए ना.
एक मिनट, मैं तेरे ऊपर एक्शन लूंगा. अभी मैं खुद आपके साथ बोल रहा हूँ कि आप मुझे डायरेक्ट कॉल बता दिए.
सर मुझे कैसे पता है आप सर समझ रही है सर, जो आप बोल रही है समझ रही है, पर मुझे
सुनो मुझे देखना है ना. तेरा नंबर दे दो या व्हाट्सएप कॉल करो. ठीक है सर. मैं यहाँ से बोल देता हूँ.
ठीक है सर.
मेरा चेहरा तो आपको समझ में आएगा ना.
ठीक है सर.
इतना आपको डेयरिंग हुआ है क्या?
earlier this year on January 7, 2025, Pawar lashed out at people seeking help during a public event.
अरे तुम्ही मत दिली म्हणजे माझे मालक नाही झाला का? सालगडी काय केलं मला?
In 2013, Pawar mocked a farmer who had been fasting for 55 days, pleading for water to save his drought-ravaged fields.
55 दिवस झाले आझाद मैदानावर उपोषणाला बसलाय. कोण देशमुख का कोणतरी बसलाय ना. पाणी सुटलं, पाणीच नाही तर काय सोडता, काय मुद्दा का तिथं?
From ridiculing drought-hit farmers to insensitive remarks, Ajit Pawar's political arrogance keeps dragging him back to the headlines. Today, as this new evidence of Ajit Pawar's power trip circulates, the question remains, when will the powerful finally be held accountable?
Shaina and say, I want to start the debate with you. Ajit Pawar happens to be your ally. If the Deputy Chief Minister is so very tired, after all, he has to wake up so early in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and after all, he's doing so much of work for the people of Maharashtra, he after all needs some rest. Because clearly, for the last few days, 21 days ago, he felt the need to show his power. Few days later, he says that, look here, I'm working from 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing service. I'm doing service to the people of Maharashtra. So I'm entitled to make these comments. Shaina NC, how would you like to defend the Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister tonight?
All I want to say is that the Mahayuti government, and when I say the Mahayuti government, that means our leadership is extremely sensitive to the cause of the farmers.
And for the last 21 days, you have been extremely sensitive, I believe. I believe so. You have been so sensitive, Shaina NC, that you have allowed this to continue. Rather than pulling up the Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister, it seems that he's continuing, and that's how sensitive the Mahayuti is.
May I just complete my point? Yesterday, the Home Minister, Shri Amit Shah ji, was in Mumbai, and he signed a memorandum with Devendra Fadnavis, Eknath Shinde, on the cause of the farmers who have faced incessant rain. And you've had the NDRF, saying that the colossal loss will be dealt with, and we will stand.
So that allows the Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister to make a despicable statement, not once but multiple times, that allows the Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister to tell a farmer who's lost his livelihood to look here, that why shouldn't we make you the Chief Minister? Shaina NC, are we really in our senses? Suhail Seth, you've heard what Shaina NC has to say, that look here, the government is doing a lot. After all, it is about the initiatives. Why should we really bother about what the Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister said? He can lose his cool. After all, he's a human being. After all, he's a human being. After all, he's a citizen who's been working so very hard.
I don't have that much of time on this debate, so I'll make my opening remarks and then I'll disappear. These people are nothing but a bunch of shameless, arrogant hoodlums. All of them, irrespective of which goddamn party they belong to. The problem is that the people are too scared of them. If you turn around and slap this chief minister or deputy chief minister, they'll wake up. A. B. Why don't you actually have these people taken to court? Because there is evidence of malafide governance. The problem is we are too scared in this country to speak truth to power. And it is not an NCP problem or whatever they are called today. It is a general malaise which has afflicted this country. If you're a great leader, you don't have to force people and express your arrogance. But these people are not great. They live by the gun, for the gun, with the gun. They believe that by bullying people, they can exhibit and exude power. And we allow them to do it. So it's not about Ajit Pawar. There are a zillion Ajit Pawars in India. You think this doesn't happen? A local MLA actually thinks he's God because we allow these jokers to think they are. No one says anything to them because people are scared. People are worried about the onslaught or, some hooliganism that these people are adept at. So my advice is, whenever something as brazen, as despicable as this happens, A, do what you're doing, which is let people be shamed. But the problem here is, my friend, even shame doesn't exist within them. So where will you shame them? If they have no shame, it doesn't matter. And, I see Asif Bhamla and all these people who are, some of them are my friends, including China. There is no excuse for this behavior. Don't defend these people because they're your friends. No, but they are indefensible when they behave with the weak, the common, the deprived, and people who are less privileged. You have the courage, let Ajit Pawar or whoever it is talk this way to the Prime Minister or talk this way to Amit Shah, see what they do. They are chuhas, they are rodents in front of them. These people exhibit power in front of the powerless. Let them try and exhibit power in front of powerful and see what happens to them. You can't run a government through the barrel of a gun with arrogance as your leitmotif. You can't. And I'm glad you have brought this up today. And I'm glad that we're having this discussion. But as I said, I don't know how shamed they will be.
You'll have the answer right now, Mr. Suhail said, because you have Brijmohan Srivastava of the NCP who's joining us.
Can I reply to my friend Suhail?
Asif, I'll come to you, but let me get the NCP to respond to this. For starters, Mr. Srivastava, can we at least have an apology here? That may not be really enough, and it may not really change the life of the farmer who's lost his own livelihood. And you have the Deputy Chief Minister literally threatening him on camera. The least you could have done is apologize for it, which did not happen, Mr. Srivastava.
देखिए, पहले तो ये जो घटना घटी है, इसको आपने बहुत ज्यादा इसको ट्विस्ट कर दिया।
ट्विस्ट कैसे? आपके लिए आप चाहे तो ब्रिजमोहन जी आप चाहे तो मैं आपको वापस सुना देता हूँ। ये लगातार जब आप कहते हैं इस तरह से जब आप कहते हैं, आप वापस इंसल्ट कर रहे हैं।
बोलने दीजिए, एक मिनट मेरी बात सुन लीजिए। वहां पर ये सारी बात एक नेता की अपने कार्यकर्ताओं के साथ हो रही है, हंसी मजाक पे। किसी ने कहा क्या आप इतना पैसा दे देंगे? तो
ये हंसी मजाक है। चलिए आपको और एक बार दिखा देता हूँ आपको ब्रिजमोहन जी, क्योंकि आपको अपने नेता को देखिए, मैं मानता हूँ, क्योंकि मैं मानता हूँ आपको डिफेंड करना जरूरी है।
देखिए, आपको बीच में बोलने से रोकिए। मैंने इनको गंभीरता से सुना है और इनको भी डिसेंसी दिखानी चाहिए।
हमारे टैक्स
इनको डिसेंसी दिखानी चाहिए।
आपका पैसा नहीं है,
फिर आपको मैं नहीं बोलने दूंगा।
1 रुपया नहीं खर्चोगे तो ये सब बोलिए कि हमारा पैसा है।
आप देश को गुमराह करने की बात करते हैं, आपको जब पूरी बात नहीं मालूम
क्या?
We'll try and fix this audio.
आप अपने शब्द आ रहे हैं।
We'll try and fix. Suhail, I'll try and fix him on the. I'll try and fix that audio line. You got the answer. Suhail, you've got the answer.
Let's imagine I give him the benefit of doubt.
हम अपने कार्यकर्ताओं के साथ हमारा अपना तरीका है उनसे बातचीत करने का, हम उनसे अपना कम्युनिकेशन बना के रखते हैं। अजीत दवा की अपने एक स्टाइल है अपने कार्यकर्ताओं से
स्टाइल है, आप कहते हैं ये स्टाइल है। ब्रिजमोहन जी, आपको लगता है ये स्टाइल है? आप कहते हैं ये स्टाइल है, और क्या ब्रिजमोहन जी एक बार वापस एक मिनट चिल्लाने से, ब्रिजमोहन जी चिल्लाने से आप अपनी गलती को देखिए। ब्रिजमोहन जी, ब्रिजमोहन जी, आसिफ बामला, forget about defending. Now, what is there to really defend when you have Brijmohan Srivastava of the NCP saying that after all it is Dada's style?
I am not here to defend the wrong. What I'm trying to submit here is that, see the kind of package the government has offered. You know, this government has offered just 690 crores to just 4 districts that have been affected. And if you know, the Honorable Home Minister, when he was here, a dossier was submitted to him for extra help to provide aid to the farmers.
So what kind of an entitlement is it, Asif Bhamla? Advaita, can I also bring in Advaita right now? Advaita
has offered a package of 2,215 crores.
Asif,
is that
Asif, we are not here. Asif, congratulations. It's not free advertisement for the government here. One minute. Asif. The issue here.
It is the public's money which is being offered to the public at a time.
Asif Bhamla. Advaita, this issue here is this. Let me just bring back the focus here. Asif, come on. If you want to just shout around, Asif, 1 minute.
Or a police officer, or a man, or a woman, or a rich person, or a poor person, they have to be treated with dignity and respect. So they are not getting some handouts from the government. He's not opening up his personal bank account and writing a check. Let's be clear about what is happening here.
Asif, come on. Advaita, see, this is the problem. The moment.
That's it. Okay. If this person has a problem,
can you be a little silent here and hear me out? Asif.
He should not be in those roles. Javan, he should not be in those roles.
First of all, this is the problem, Advaita. The moment you ask the politicians any question which is direct in nature, you ask the politicians anything direct in nature, they will find a way to deviate. Asif, come on. It makes no sense. Can you even hear yourself? Asif, if you're making a point, there is no point, no one is hearing. It makes absolutely no sense. Gibberish. 1 minute, Asif, come on. If you actually want to do that, there is no point here. You're making no sense. Can you please allow the other person to respond here? Asif, I will be left with no other option. To bring your feeder down. Now, Asif, come on. First of all, the issue here was not about what you are offering the people here. This is not about your free advertisement of the Bharatiya Janata Party or what they are offering in the state of Maharashtra. What I'm asking here is very simple and very direct. Does it behove well on the part of the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, who was elected by the same very people? Advaita, hence I want to bring you back here. You just heard Asif a short while back, Shaina. I do understand their compulsions to defend their leader. But how long? The way you keep insulting the people of this country.
Is this the ideology of the Bharatiya Janata Party, that a spokesperson for the Bharatiya Janata Party is going to come on a national television channel and speak like this and defend behavior like this? As far as I know, this is not the ideological moorings of the Bharatiya Janata Party. So I don't understand how this person can be defended for this kind of behavior, especially a person who is in a public-facing role. If he is not comfortable with being in a public-facing role, let him go to the background. Let him not be in front.
Towards the farmers.
I don't understand why he needs to be defended.
The government is giving to the
I
farmers.
really don't understand why it needs to.
In fact,
defending any leader's behavior.
Asif, can I just tell you one thing? Can I just tell you one thing? There is anger among the people, and in a short while from now, I'm going to open the lines. You know what I'm going to do, Asif? If you believe in this kind of a commotion, China and Asif, please do understand. People are angry in the manner. People, Asif. The reason why time and again your government was elected was also because your government was seen as being accessible. Today, when you have the Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister saying that, look here, I don't care about the problem that you're facing. If you are...
No, he didn't spoken this thing.
Okay, I'm going to play it out for you. Suhail, is there any other better way of... Is there any better way of describing the situation here?
I want to make 2 comments.
ब्रिजमोहन जी, आप सुन लीजिए ना. आपके लिए मैं वापस चलाता हूँ. कोई बात नहीं, आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा, मैं वापस चलाता हूँ आपके लिए. ये देखिए, आप खुद देख लीजिए.
आणि काही तो गोटे खेळायला आलोय त्याला एवढं राव सकाळी 6ला सुरू केलं बाळा मी करमळ्याला म्हणजे जे काम करतं ना त्याचीच मारा बघा ना आता एवढं जीव तोडून चालतोय हातून पण एका ठिकाणी जायचंय आम्हालाही कळतंय ना आम्ही लाडक्या बहिणींना आज किती मदत करतोय आज 45,000 कोटी रुपये वर्षाला तिथं मदत करतोय शेतकऱ्यांची वीज माफी केली 20,000 कोटी रुपये भरतोय.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is an elected representative of our country. ब्रिजमोहन जी, सुन लीजिए मेरी बात, सुन लीजिए. मैं चिल्लाना नहीं चाहता हूँ. पहली बात, ना अजीत पवार सुनते, ना आप सुनते. उनके पार्टी के जितने भी लोग हैं वैसे ही हैं. आप किसी लोग की बात आप नहीं सुनना चाहते. आपके लिए चलिए हमारी बात तो आप ना माने, पर आप लोगों की बात तो सुन लीजिए. सुहेल, it's unfortunate. You are saying that, you know, these people should be prosecuted.
No, well, let me tell you 3 things. Brijmohan, just keep quiet.
Brijmohan ji, sun lijiye.
Let me tell you 3 things. Number 1, it is not Brijmohan's money. It is not Fadnavis's money. It is not Shinde's money. It is not Ajit Pawar's money. It is the people's money. That money has not come from their goddamn coffers. It has come from the taxpayer. So they are not doing anyone a favor. Number 2, when they come to help people, help has a certain compassionate element to it. They can't behave ki unki jagir hai and they are throwing money at us. Bullshit. They are doing nothing of the sort. Number 3, even a person like Asif Bhamla should not defend the government by giving figures. We have the figures. Let China NC do that. She's the spokesperson. Why should poor Asif Bhamla do it? Who's doing yeoman work in terms of the foundation?
I am highlighting the aspects that the government has done at this time of calamities for the farmers.
Is that the debate? Is that what we are asking us?
My humble point of submission, my dear friend Sohail, is that, see, as far as the behavior of Mr. Ajit Pawar is concerned, we have the NCP spokesperson who will address that. But I am here to highlight the fact that this government has been receptive towards the agony, the problems it provided to the farmers. It's provided a huge package for just, and it's been approved. It's not just been said.
You know, I'll turn the table here.
It's been approved.
They are not doing a favor, Asif. What's wrong with you? Have you lost it?
Roll down.
No government servant, no Neta does a favor by helping his people in distress. He is not doing a goddamn favor. They are not a my-bab. They are public servants.
I understand. I take your point.
They are elected
but how many governments in the past have shown even the inclination?
So please don't give them credit.
Don't give them credit.
उन्होंने इतना पैसा दिया,
to address this issue of the farmers, which is of utmost concern.
Asif, why don't you do something? Asif, China NC and Brijmohan. You know, what I'm going to do is that I've opened up the lines here. Hold on, Asif. You know, there's no point just shouting at each other.
I've opened the lines. Manav from Visakhapatnam is calling us. In fact, there are several callers who are here. And that's the point that I want to make, Asif, Brijmohan and China, and see that people are essentially angry in the attitude, the arrogance that our leaders constantly keep showing. No matter what happens, irrespective of party, the arrogance.
The person who is sitting in a Trivandrum,
Manav, Brijbhushan, आप सुन लीजिए ना. Manav from Visakhapatnam is joining. Manav, why don't you take the question to Brijmohan of the NCP?
Through this channel,
Manav, go ahead.
Through this,
Manav, you'll have to just mute your television audio.
Through this channel, I want to request Modi ji and Amit Shah ji and Devendra Fadnavis ji that इस टाइप का जो arrogant नेता, so called नेता हमारा समाज में आता है ना, इन लोगों को उठा के फेंक देना चाहिए. ये लोग वोट का टाइम पे ये लोग आता है, हाथ जोड़ करके पैर पकड़ के वोट लेता है, और जब नेता बन जाता है तो ये समाज में इस तरीके से उल्टा सीधा बातें करता है. इन लोगों को उठा के फेंक देना चाहिए, तब समाज में मैसेज जाएगा ये इस टाइप का एरोगेंट नेता लोगों का कोई जगह नहीं है समाज में.
Manav, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. I'll take one more caller. Gangadhar from Bengaluru is calling. Gangadhar, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What do you have to tell Brijmohan ji and Asif Bamla and Shaina NC? I want all our political leaders to listen to the people of this country.
Hear me? Mr. Prava?
We seem to be having some problem. Can we reconnect Gangadhar?
Mr. Able to hear me?
Gangadhar ji, I can't hear you.
Okay, now you are able to hear me?
Yes, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. See, first of all, I would like to say the entire political system are taking the citizens of India very cheap. They don't have respect for the citizens. They have courtesy. They don't have courtesy for the entire political system. We will listen Modi ji Nagdev Bhava, and what we are listening all of other. And what our Sohail ji has said very correctly, this is the one system. Today Ajit Pawar Dada is there, yesterday some other person will be there, tomorrow some other person will be there. And what is it? And what
okay, we seem to be having some problem. Harish is also joining us. From Ravi from Hyderabad is joining us. Ravi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ravi, go ahead.
So I just want to add, see, Modi ji is trying to take our country to world number 3, right? So imagine how a country should be when it is at world number 3, representing other nations and all. So being said that, the world number 3 is only possible by the value generation, right? By companies, skilled people, and it's a new society altogether. So the politics will become irrelevant. See, the political people, the politics, it all becomes irrelevant when India gets to that level. And what we are seeing today, this frustration from the politicians, they are understanding that.
Frustration from the politicians.
People are making more money than them, So, right. So basically,
Brijmohan ji, जवाब दीजिए. फ्रस्ट्रेशन है. देखिए, आप लोग कह रहे हैं, ये लोग कह रहे हैं, आप अब हमारी बात तो सुन नहीं रहे. चलिए, आपको हमने कॉलर्स भी कर दिया. वो कह रहे हैं, आपको मैं 30 सेकंड दे रहा हूं, उसके बाद मैं अद्वैत के पास जाने वाला हूं. आप सुन लीजिए. वो कहते हैं कि फ्रस्ट्रेशन है. आपके उप मुख्यमंत्री फ्रस्ट्रेटेड है.
ये मुद्दा फ्रस्ट्रेशन से जुड़ा हुआ नहीं है. वहां पर जो घटना घटी, आप देखिए, आपने खुद ने जो वीडियो अभी दिखाया, उसमें लोग दादा की बात पे हंस रहे हैं, क्योंकि उन्होंने उस बात को लाइटर मोड में कहा था. हर लीडर का अपने मतदाताओं के साथ कम्युनिकेट करने का अपने तरीका होता है. इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि वहां पर कोई दादा एरोगेंसी में कोई बात कह रहे थे. लोगों ने हंसा है. अब आप जिन लोगों की रिएक्शन दिखा रहे हैं,
21 दिन पहले जब धमका रहे थे, वो भी दादा का स्टाइल ही होगा. Advaita, 21 days ago, when Ajit Pawar was actually threatening a woman officer who was doing her duty, I believe, according to Brijmohan ji, वो भी कोई बात नहीं. Brijmohan ji, ये स्टाइल है, I think. कोई बात नहीं, ये बहुत उम्दा स्टाइल है.
उसमें भी आप लोगों ने
चलिए बहुत बढ़िया, खुश रहिए आप अगर ऐसे स्टाइल में सबको रहना है तो। अद्वैता एंड चाइना एनसी।
Yeah, he's a repeat offender. He's done this repeatedly. This is not the first time. It won't even be the last time. I think what your caller said about Prime Minister Modi is significant because in the last decade plus, he has gone out of his way to create systems that empower people. He has negated that my-baap culture that used to exist and made sure people have bank accounts, they have rights, they can approach anyone that they need to. He's opened up his own portal for people to communicate directly with him. Now, what kind of leadership? This is a leadership of a past that Indians have kicked out. This kind of my-baap culture, this kind of talking down to people, this has no place in the new India.
Absolutely. I'm not too sure, Advaita. I'm not too sure whether our politicians...
This is what he means. Nobody in this country should have to bend and prostrate for their rights.
No, that is exactly the point I made. But Asif Bamla and China NC have all through said, look here, the initiatives. Look at it's the larger picture we must be focusing on. Brij Mohan says that Dada ka style hai. China NC, can I, I hope, because we don't have much time, can we be a little honest here? The Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister hasn't said this not for the first time. You remember the last time when he was not in power with you, he had said that, what should I do if there is no water? Should I urinate? That was Ajit Pawar. I don't think so. It is important for us to defend him right now, Shine. I think so. You should be asking for an apology. Your party should be asking for an apology.
Look, nobody is defending this statement. I cannot defend the indefensible. But at the same time, I can highlight the good work which has been done by the Mahayuti when it comes to the farmers and when it comes to uplifting them in every sense. So those yojanas which have been given out to our poor farmers and with utmost sensitivity, I say, we've had incessant rains, we've had a situation which is not necessarily the easiest with the erratic climatic conditions and the losses that the farmers have had to go through. So this government is very, very committed. As I said yesterday itself, this memorandum was signed when Amit Shah ji, the Home Minister, came to Mumbai. Devendra Fadnavis, the Chief Minister, and my own leader, Eknath ji Shinde, who is a farmer himself, has been so sensitive to the cause of farmers.
Shaina, no one was arguing here about the initiatives.
Isn't it diluted by someone like Ajit Pawar coming and...
that's the point here, Advaita. I don't think so. Ladies...
all the work that has been done when this video is going viral.
I don't think so. This is the last time. This is the last time we are going to debate this. Advaita, Shaina, and I don't think so. This is the last time, because not just Ajit Pawar, there are many such politicians in our country who still believe that they can continue. Asif, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting here right now. I'm running short of time, ladies and gentlemen.
No, we are not trying to defend the indefense.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us on the first debate. Asif, I'm sure I'm not asking you to defend any further, but the question here is that, perhaps the Maharashtra Chief Minister can actually pull up his colleague. And, this shouldn't be repeated.
He has done this even in the last time when this situation happened. It was the Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra.
Okay, Asif, thank you very much.
QS&THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Last night, someone broke into Ishan's room. Well, almost. But Cubo AI stopped him with a loud alarm and alerted the mom.
Cubo smart security cameras. Not just record, it protects.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी चाहे जो भी हो.
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता. टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, with you always.
In the heart of the jungle roams the finest creature, and through the chaos of the sparkling city lights, I am reminded of the timeless valor of the majestic tiger. In life's wild journey, we have one shot to thrill. And when done flawlessly, we unwind and allow our spirits to rejuvenate. Royal Ranthambore, India's finest, yet.
Last night, someone stole my car. Well, almost. But Cubo AI stopped him with an automatic spotlight and a blaring alarm.
Cubo smart security cameras. Not just record, it protects.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा प्योर मसाला।
साथियों, विकसित भारत के लक्ष्य तक पहुंचने के लिए हमें आत्मनिर्भरता के रास्ते पर चलना ही होगा और भारत को आत्मनिर्भर बनाने का बहुत बड़ा दायित्व हमारे एमएसएमईज यानी हमारे लघु, मध्यम और कुटीर उद्योगों पर भी है, जो देश के लोगों की जरूरत कम है, जो हम देश में ही बना सकते हैं, वो हमें देश में ही बनाना चाहिए। साथियों, जीएसटी की दरें कम होने से नियम और प्रक्रियाएं और आसान बनने से हमारे एमएसएमईज, हमारे लघु उद्योगों को, कुटीर उद्योगों को बहुत फायदा होगा। उनकी बिक्री बढ़ेगी और टैक्स भी कम देना पड़ेगा, यानी उनको भी डबल फायदा होगा। इसलिए आप